Hello.
Hello. Happy
Hello.
Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
I haven't tricked you in a long time with that.
One of these
Well,
days, we're going to do it. You're priming me.
You know it. I think it's gonna be a minute. So I think during the bull run, it's gonna be very easy. It's gonna be very easy. I'll get you one of these days.
The days all flow together in the bull run. That's for sure.
Hopefully. Welcome back, everybody, for another episode of Smart Asses. This is episode 26. We're getting up there, Evan.
There we are. Oh my goodness. 26. Let's go.
Let's remind everybody, anything and everything we share on the show is for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only, not to be considered for financial advice. For that, reach out to Dog and his team over at Source and Funds. They can hook you up and help educate your financial professionals or your financial advisors, and even get them certified. Speaking of, welcome back. It's back to school. Kenton's back to school.
Back to school. Yeah, we got our little logo up at the top. Up there. Yeah, that way. I'm trying to think. It's the mirrored. It's flipped. It's difficult.
What's going on? So, welcome back. We're going to have some fun tonight. As always, how do we do this?
We share some cool stuff with you guys.
We're gonna share some cool stuff, but we're gonna have a giveaway. So I'm gonna post this up. I'm gonna add the little banner thingy to remind everyone. Just want to get the show going with hey, get in there.
That's right. Join our Twitch channel here at American Crypto Academy. Be sure to type _learn to join our giveaway. Crittercraft is always so much fun. I always look forward to it. I'm glad that we've continued to do this because it's one of my favorite parts of the show. Little fun, little extra thing that we do, doing some giveaways and whatnot for you guys. It's always a good time.
Yes, let's go. I'm a big fan. I've always enjoyed this. I've tried to find a way to incorporate this, and here we are. You got it. Let's go. Oh. Kenton and the Badger in there, and we'll get Dog in there here shortly.
Didn't hit enter. There we go.
He's in. But with that, let's jump into today's episode. Welcome back. It's back to school time. Everyone's back to school. Most people, I think, is it everyone or most people? Majority, if not everybody.
Yeah, at this point, we're probably getting close to everybody. I know. Some districts start in August, some start in September, but we're getting to that point where everybody's at least in the back to school mindset, getting back into the learning and we have lots to share with you guys from ACA and Sarson. So it's a good time to get your learning caps on and get ready for it.
Before we get into that, like, you know what? I'm gonna actually, as a side note, in a minute, I'm gonna prep it here when we talk on this topic. But I wanted to bring something up spontaneously. But the side topic is gonna be, I'm gonna try to play that video that I played this morning on the Spaces with "Baby Got Back, but Not Quite." Like, what was the name of the song?
It's something about back to class, right?
Baby got class. Baby got class because the baby's going back to class. Baby got class.
Oh,
I'm gonna pull up that YouTube video because it's this is a famous family that does YouTube videos, and I was looking for theme songs for the week for each day. I've got another one prepped for tomorrow. I'm not gonna give it away, but and that's how I discovered that song. So I'm gonna play the video. I think it's quite fun, and I do apologize. It seems like my internet may be wonky. It has been for a couple of days. Hopefully, I'm coming through well.
Still hear you.
Audio's great.
Yeah, hopefully the video will come through when I'm sharing screen and playing the video. But anyway, outside of that, what I was gonna ask you guys is, I just thought about it. Do you remember your very, very, very first day of school? Not kindergarten, school, like first grade. Because I just thought about it. I'll talk about it. I'll give you a second to think about it. I just thought about it. It was in early September. I can remember that. My very first school day. However, the school year felt coming out of Bulgaria, and back then we're talking, like I can't do the math, but like I think Bulgaria was still under a communist or a socialist, not necessarily communist, but more of a socialist republic, with the guidance under Mother Russia. So the U.S., not part of the USSR, but it was under their guidance and collaborations and partnerships for many reasons. But like, so even that aside, I remember my first day of school. Like, I can still recall it. Like, so like I've got a few ages on you guys, so I'm wondering if you remember your first day of school.
I remember mine. I remember having my little red lunchbox. I remember my backpack, walking in the front doors. I do remember. That's the only thing I remember from like that whole year, but I do remember that day. It was super sunny, and I remember not wanting to leave my dad's side. It was interesting. It's interesting looking back on something that's that long ago.
Yeah, I don't think I can. I don't remember. I don't know. What was I doing? I had cool glasses. I remember that. That's it. I don't remember back that far, though. I was so little.
Yeah, like I said, that's why I started with the age factor. No excuses if I can remember. Mine wasn't so sunny. It was September, and Bulgaria, Sofia, where I come from, it's the same latitude as New York. So September, I remember it being kind of a rainy, kind of muggy day, like overcast and kind of dark. But like, it was just, school, and it was my first day. I didn't know any better. I think probably I was more petrified about going to school than the weather itself.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
All right. So on that note, with the theme of back to school, congratulations on everyone making it back to school or starting school. Definitely always fun or scary or admiring, like we were just talking about. But don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. Just enjoy it. Take advantage of it. Make it. Own it. Own it. Make school your beach. I said beach. The beach in Florida. Make school your beach. Like, you're there to hang out and you do what you want.
What I would give to be back in school at this point, even as much of a headache as it is, it's so fun to be around friends and doing activities and stuff. It's a great time. Anyone that's still in school, enjoy it while it lasts.
Facts. Yeah, you're right. It's worth enjoying while it's the whole thing. Yeah, I don't know. It's not the same without like the full back to school experience of waking up early and getting on the bus. I was walking today and I saw a bus. The bus dropped off the kids, so I guess we're back to school around here. I know another one goes back tomorrow, so it's all around us.
That's right.
It's a great week to do it with ACA.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, and we've got our lessons, Ivan. Should we plug the lessons?
Oh, what do we got? Speaking of back to school, we've got a whole back to school week theme going on at the American Crypto Academy, and Ryan, our production manager, has been in charge of that. So yeah, why don't you tell us what have been done so far? What's coming up the rest of the week?
Yeah, on the
Maybe
American
next week.
Crypto Academy website. If you're checking out our learning module and you go to our platform and you log in, you'll be able to access all of these free lessons and courses, and you'll be able to go through and learn about cryptocurrency and a lot of related subjects. But this week, we're doing history lessons every day. So today was history of the metaverse, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, today was history of the metaverse. Yesterday was history of NFTs. So you can go read through the lesson, ask a couple of questions, and then you get points in the system. So hey, it's worth checking out, especially if you're interested in Web3 and everything related. But all the lessons are free to access right through the Academy online.
There you go. They're pretty fun too. It's a gamified experience. I've been playing around with it now that you guys have been putting out these new history courses. There's lots of fun things to learn and freshen up your memory, even if you are experienced with Web3. I feel like there's still some things to learn and keep your mind sharp.
Absolutely. And there's a little preview of the website.
Oh,
Here you
nice.
go.
Thank you.
Go here and launch the app, and then I don't know what's going to sign in, and then you're going to sign in. If you don't have a profile, create one, and if you do have a profile, you're going to sign in with it, and you're going to be presented with our daily lessons in addition to courses coming up, but those are still in the works. We've done a lot of courses that are not ready yet.
Ooh, coming soon.
Coming soon. But on that note, let's get into some quick market highlights, Evan. What do you say?
Absolutely. Let's do it. We got some interesting things that are happening across the space over the last few days, few weeks, things that I think are worth talking about. One of the first ones, this is a name that we've talked about several times on the show, Gala Games. Their co-founders are in a legal battle over a bunch of Gala tokens. It's a pretty complex situation here between the founders. They're experiencing some difficulty deciding on who owns what, and what the result is going to be over this. It's a legal battle with involving the tokens and who can claim the rights to those. And obviously, when we were talking about 8.6 billion tokens valued at least a cent a piece, that's a significant amount of money to be battling over. So this is something that we're paying close attention to at Sarson Funds. We've talked about this on the morning show there. So if you want to stay tuned for updates, definitely join our morning Learn Crypto Radio show to stay up to date with this. But this is something that we're paying close attention to. Absolutely, as this is one of the biggest names in gaming in the Web3 space. So that's one of our market highlights for the day. Staying very close to the pulse on this one. We're also talking a little bit about this loan that was secured with Supreme T-shirts. For anyone,
You gotta share in the same window, same tab.
are you sure?
Oh wait, no, I'm not. You're right. You're good.
Okay. So this was a on-chain loan secured by Supreme T-shirts. So for anyone that's not as familiar, Supreme is one of the leading brands of hype gear, is what they call it. It's a fashion luxury brand that has built their brand around this word Supreme. You might have seen some of their box logo T-shirts on the internet over time. I know lots of celebrities and people that really are into that fashion culture. They have gravitated towards this brand, but
Hot brand.
yeah, absolutely. They were valued at Sotheby's. It's a full collection of all of the box logo T-shirts. That's basically the main item that they sell that it has the most prominence is these box logos. That's what they call these shirts with the simple box design with different colors. They had a full collection of these box logo T-shirts appraised by Sotheby's at approximately $2.5 million a couple of years ago. Now, this valuation of $2.5 million was then used to tokenize this set of T-shirts on the blockchain, and there was a loan created with the assistance of an escrow service that is holding the T-shirts to bring this to the blockchain. At any time, if this loan defaults or anything happens, they are able to redeem this NFT to receive the physical T-shirts. So this is a super interesting way that we're seeing tokenized real-world assets being taken to the blockchain, and they're using these NFTs that serve as a collateral form in this financial transaction. So something that has not really been done in this way before. This is something that I think really sets some precedent for what is possible with these real-world tokenized assets. I don't know if either of you guys are familiar with some of these luxury brands, but I think this is really cool. A really cool way that we're seeing tokenized assets on chain now.
Yeah, no, are you kidding? Supreme is the hottest thing right now. All the kids want it, and that's not something cheap or affordable or low quality. I mean, the quality is there. I don't know if it's necessarily justifying the price. I think there's a lot of play there on the brand, but that's
Yeah.
a given with any brand. And I like their stuff. My nephews are crazy about them. They're young teens that are crazy about Supreme. So I imagine all the other kids are all about it. And so the fact that now it's being this is just another use for NFTs. You know what? I was listening on a Twitter space earlier, or X space, whatever we call it. It's gonna be a while before we stop calling it Twitter. But anyway, I was on a space earlier and I was listening to people talk about NFTs, and everybody was judging NFTs from an arts perspective and a collector's perspective with PFPs and whatnot. But and I find it humorous because it all goes back to the use. Even if it's a PFP, if you create utility around that project, the sky's the limit. Now, give it a brand. Like I've always been a proponent of this, or a supporter. What's the word? I've been pro this. Like any brand that's been around for a while, including Bugatti Group, which we've worked with before. By all means, yes, you have to take advantage of NFTs, and then if you do it the smart way, judicious way of creating utility, but in an economical way where it's sustainable, the sky's the limit. And so, when I saw this, I was really excited to see Supreme enter the space, and or at least it might not be Supreme directly, but it's their name. It's entering the space, and it's showing them like, oh wow, they did this. We can do this also.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's showing that they don't need Supreme's approval to do this, right? It's an asset that exists on its own without the brand fully backing it. It's showing.
Ownership, yeah, but
Yeah,
it also that supports this gives credibility to their brand. Is like
yeah,
there's enough credibility in the brand and the items that are there to where somebody will appraise them at this value, to where it creates this lendable value, and now it creates this economic that didn't exist before because this technology wasn't around. And so like it's awesome. I'm fascinated by it.
absolutely. It shows the power of this technology and what it's going to do in the future with things that are, a little more fungible even than Supreme T-shirts. But even then, I mean, just for some context for anyone that might not be familiar, I'm sure some of these early Supreme box logo T-shirts sell for $10,000 to $20,000 each. So when you're talking about hundreds of them being bundled together, there's a lot of possibility there, and I think that this is just the first of many similar transactions that are going to happen with these on-chain loans. But very cool. I'm excited to see what happens with this, and if it defaults at some point, I'm wondering how that redeem process is going to be. That'll probably be a new precedent set with a multi-million dollar asset collateral system with real world assets. I mean, it's really cool, really unique. But moving on to our next topic, So this is something that I actually wrote an article about this week. But Visa payments are using, or I should say, Visa.
Hey, sorry, something happened to your audio and it changed. You're a little muffled all of a sudden. Is it just
Yeah.
me?
No, I hear it too.
Is that better?
Way
Yes, yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. You're clear now. Thank you.
Apologies. So yeah, Visa payments. Visa as a payment processor has begun exploring blockchains. First, starting with Ethereum back in 2021, with the assistance of Crypto.com to help solve for or cross-border on-chain payments for countries like Australia that have struggled to connect with the rest of the world without needing to add on extremely high fees. Things like wire transfers and things like that are kind of becoming less and less popular for these regular payments. But Visa has been exploring multiple blockchains and seeing if there's a way in which they can, emphasize a new version of this. So they started with Ethereum. This was tested back in 2021, and recently they've actually begun testing out Solana as well as a payment settlement layer. This is a way in which they think that they can cut costs for not only themselves and their infrastructure, but also for users, not needing to charge large fees for these cross-border payments. And there's a lot of possibility here outside of just this basic use case. Obviously, we know a lot about what blockchains can enable, but the fact that Visa is taking this very seriously and saying publicly that they think that this could cut their costs significantly, this is something to definitely pay attention to, as they are looking for possible better solutions for some of the services that they offer. So this is something that I have looked into significantly, and they're obviously taking this very seriously, going with Ethereum and Solana supported settlement layers for USDC payments specifically, as USDC is the preferred stablecoin of choice as of right now for Visa. So this is something I'm excited about. I'm wondering what you guys are thinking about this. I know, Ivan, you've lived in other countries, obviously. Being able to transact with the U.S. dollar and the stability that brings, I'm sure, adds to the security of people's financial faith in these other countries that might not have as secure of fiat currencies.
Yeah, so I don't know that I've lived there recently enough to be able to comment on that part, but it judging from when I was a kid and going through that and seeing the volatility of current currency then, where it made more sense to keep your money in a foreign currency as opposed to a local currency. It makes all the reason, which is why I'm in blockchains and cryptocurrency to begin with. So it's a no brainer. Which is why on a slightly separate topic, we've seen a country like Turkey, which neighbors Bulgaria, where I come from. 52% of the people there, of the population there, is currently using blockchains as of most recent studies. So yeah. Are you kidding? I think Visa and MasterCard would be missing out if they're not getting on the bandwagon with all of this, because blockchain technology, especially somebody like Solana or other blockchains, and they don't have to rely on one blockchain in particular, can transfer or can process transactions a lot faster than Visa and MasterCard can, as they stand right now.
Yeah, they have to do this. This only makes sense for cross-border transactions and everything, right, Evan? I mean, this is part of the step process of blockchain being the new payment system.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think the fact that they're purposefully coming out and saying that they're exploring all blockchains, all solutions, I think is the right one, because each one has its own each pros and cons, right? I mean, Ethereum's the most trusted, the most secure blockchain that exists right now. They run two validator clients. They run thousands of nodes, and they have lots of different services and even layer 2 blockchains that run on them. But then you move to a blockchain like Solana, they are lightning fast, really low transaction fees, but not as secure as Ethereum. So there's going to be pros and cons to each, and it would not surprise me whatsoever to see some other blockchains being explored as we move a little bit closer to the bull market, so that they can find exactly what they're looking for. And I think that this is just an ever-evolving story of the future of finance. So very, very exciting from my perspective, and I think you guys agree with me there.
Fix your microphone again.
Is it giving me? Oh, come on. Is
There
that
you go.
better? What the
Yeah.
heck is going on? I'm sorry. But yeah, so that's exciting. We're gonna go ahead and hop over to our last topic of the day. I think this one's might be the most impactful for some of the topics that we share on this show. But Google has changed their advertising policy in terms of NFT games, but they've put some limits on it. We'll explore a little bit in the actual Google documents about what those limits are, but they've put out a new policy for crypto-related ads to allow them to advertise to users on the basis of NFTs, as long as there's no gambling, there's no staking, and there's no wagering. There are some other constraints that we'll hop into here in a little bit, but this is huge reversal in the way that they view NFTs and cryptocurrency. And I think that this new ad rule update will be very significant in terms of gaining some exposure for some of these projects that are building very exciting games and the future of gaming as a whole, in my opinion. This is something that's definitely going to change the way that most people, or some people, I should say, let's start with some, view NFTs, as most of them see them as a gambling or some sort of direct crypto related experience. And most of these games honestly are not. They're not. You don't need to set up a wallet. You don't need to invest your own money. Most of them are just trying to build unique experiences through this technology that allows people to own their accounts, own the items that they get through playing the game. And I think that this is a great step forward in helping people kind of realize this and come to this new fruition of NFT gaming future. So very, very cool. It also applies to the mobile Google Play Store. So this is something that I think they're slightly ahead on Apple in terms of this, allowing them to incorporate NFTs into their games. So there's some definite things that are not allowed. Like you can see here, loot box style mechanics are prohibited, which I think is interesting as they allow that in traditional payment methods. But we're not going to get into that. One step at a time. We'll take a win where we have it. But this is really huge. We'll hop over to the actual update that they posted on their website. So we're going to see an update to crypto-related products to clarify the scope and requirements of advertisement on blockchain-based games involving NFTs. So what they're allowing is NFT games that allow players to purchase in-game items like virtual apparel for a player's character, weaponry, or armor for better stats consumed or used in the game to enhance the user's experience or aid users in advancing in the game. But that's about it. They're not going to allow any sort of wagering or staking of NFTs, even including earning other NFTs for those staking. So I think this is definitely a negative. I think that is a healthy version of NFT staking, but we're going to have to take the wins where we have them. And they're also not going to award or allow promotion of social casino games that reward NFTs or promotion of real money gambling. Obviously, I feel like this one should be prohibited. But I think that this is overall a win, and any sort of change to this policy was inevitable. So I think that this step in the right direction is definitely one that will allow NFTs and gaming to grow together.
This is a big deal from Google, like a really big deal, because they're finally rolling back on just these limitations or restrictions that they had. And this has really been hurting people who want to advertise So yeah, this is definitely important that they're loosening up their grip and their oversight over it all. I'm glad that you covered this, Evan.
Absolutely, yeah. Any comments from you, Ivan? Anything that's sticking out to you on pros, cons?
Yeah, no, I started speaking and I was muted, but like I support it. I think even the minimal, regardless of what limitations are there, is on the right direction. I think it's a matter of time before they loosen those limits, and that brings me up to another topic. Who can we compare Google to? And if not Microsoft, then Microsoft came out and said no. But I same lines with, and I've been vocal about this as well, same lines with what Steam came out and said no to NFTs, but I think both of those organizations are not prepped enough and they don't want to miss out. So they don't want to allow trading activity that where they can potentially benefit out of. And so they're just saying no until they know any better. And so I think they're learning and prepping. Microsoft's been very active. And in fact, just earlier today, a few hours ago, Xbox had a tweet that said, hey, if you interact with this tweet, you get a personalized profile picture with this logo. And so, like, I think Xbox is quietly exploring PFPs, but they're not telling anyone about it. And so I interacted with that tweet. I think that was enough to satisfy the requirement. Aretsu, shout out to Aretsu because he turned me on to it. It's a requirement enough to get in the game, and like they can come back and say, oh, by the way, we've been doing this, and so if you did this, and so you bet you're behind. I interacted with that tweet and I took advantage of it because they're all brewing, and even though they permitted or they removed access to a lot of games that were building on the Microsoft servers, speaking of Microsoft, uh, again, same reasons, and that's going to come back. And so I think somebody like, oh my God, what's their latest name? Utopia?
Hytopia.
Hytopia. Hytopia is going to directly compete with the Minecraft audience because Microsoft's going to come around and they're gonna there would be suckers not to. And mark my words, I'm glad this is being recorded. We can look back onto when we called and we've called it a long time ago at this point that Microsoft's going to come around and offer that. They're just blocking it right now because they don't know any better.
Yeah, no, I think that this is a great example of something I think that is going to be a shift in that Xbox topic's a great example too of the way that they're going to reframe NFTs to their users. It's not going to be how we frame it in the web, like as Web3 natives, right? They're going to come out as collectibles. They're going to come out as in-game items that you can own. They're going to come out as many different forms of these things that we all know and love as NFTs, right? They have to reframe everything for their users because NFTs have such a bad taste in their mouth. And I think slowly making the adjustments is probably the right move for some of these industry giants. But I think you're right, Ivan. Having these spaces recorded is going to be a good I told you so someday.
I privately shared with you guys the Xbox post that says, give us your gamer tag and we'll make you a custom Starfield mission patch profile picture. Since when does anybody in gaming space offer to make profile pictures for people?
That's really interesting.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. How do they do it for everybody?
Looks like they're just manually doing it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's what's the curiosity. It's going to be interesting to find out what happens out of that. Yeah.
All right. Heck yeah.
In the meantime, there's just 4 of us. I thought, why not just run a quick fun game? Let's see what happens, huh? And we'll do Royal Grubfish, the traditional one. Feel free to use commands.
Oh, Kenton's out off the.
Kenton's out.
Oh man.
F-Dog's using the commands and chilling over there and charging.
I love using the commands. It's so fun.
That US Crypto Academy will get you. That logo.
After you.
He's just chilling there.
Oh,
Ooh.
everybody's so quick. Uh-oh.
Oh, we're dodging.
So, speaking of Web3, you see how I have a trail behind me and you guys don't, or Brittany and Evdog don't?
Yeah.
Why?
So that's because I held an NFT on Wax.
Oh,
Oh, that wax NFT just let you win.
that's amazing.
I won. I won. We should be keeping a track of this internally and have a internal competition on who wins the
Almost.
grubfish. Yeah, so
So that's an NFT that you can connect to your critter as you're playing.
they have a couple different ones, but yeah, so that's an NFT that I own. There's a few different ones, and so the color of the trail can change, and therefore the blood, when you get smashed, like it leaves a splatter of blood. Unless you own an NFT, it doesn't leave a different color besides everyone else, and so it differentiates it. And so it's just a unique aspect of a Web3 game that we're using
Very cool.
to play with.
And that connects to your Twitch account.
It does. It does. So Twitch has API, and so it allows the devs to create a link. And so it connects to your Twitch account so you know when you're playing. So when you execute the command, and because your Twitch account, you've already linked it, it knows you have that asset. And so it's adjusting those displays.
Very cool.
I freaking love it. Why do you think? Why I mean, and Twitch is Amazon owned. Why do you think Amazon's getting into the game? Like, I don't know that we've talked about this, but like, I haven't explored it. It's on my list. So, F Dog, you brought it up when Amazon started releasing those free NFTs on Mojo Melee, Mojo Melee. Depends if you're saying it in Spanish or English. And since then, they've now is what's am I understanding this correctly? For $15 a month, you can get all these NFTs or all these games or something else, or is that just part? Or is the $15 a month irrelevant? That's if you don't have Prime, and with Prime you get it all. Do you know? Have you?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, so I'm gonna dive deeper into it, and I'll report back. But
if you
like,
have Prime, you were able to get the NFTs. They're available.
oh, like, but so like that initially it was just this Mojo Melee, and so now it's a bunch of different stuff because they were
Mojo Melee and something Plancos and I think a couple others, but not titles I'm familiar with. Just random NFT games, and then the NFTs vary in terms of whether they're wearables or something collectible for the game. All of that.
And
we need to dive in.
I mean, it's still enough. It's still enough. They're getting involved with it, and it's Twitch, and they're probably noticing what people are streaming. I'm sure they have reports for that. And what happened to the Amazon NFT marketplace? Do we know?
It's still coming, as far as I know. I think they're waiting.
It is.
Oh yeah. It's they have it, from what I understand. Now this is not confirmed in any way. But from what I understand, the things and hints that I've gotten from people that know a lot more than I do, it is coming, and they're waiting to time it with the market. I'm assuming that would probably, come in line with ETF approvals or regulatory clarity, but it is ready to go, and they're waiting, from what I understand. There's a few guys on Twitter that work with Amazon, and I've reached out to them, and they said they can't confirm anything, but this is the whispers that they hear. So it's still in the pipeline.
Oh wow, that marketplace is going to be next level for it all. Wow.
But I also think it's not going to be permissionless. I think it's going to be one of those things where you're not connecting a MetaMask wallet, you're connecting an Amazon wallet, and it lives on Amazon, sort of thing.
Well, I mean, so I hear what you're saying, and I agree with you. But I also think that they're a little bit smarter than that, and they're gonna want to have to. They want to, and they're gonna want to have to get the Web3 buy-in, and so they're gonna have to offer a way to send, like, so I can picture it now within my Amazon Prime profile. I have here's your digital assets, and like send your digital assets away, and you have an option to send them to another wallet, which is where the non-custodial part comes in, and you send it to a wallet that you have full control over and not have to rely on them. Having said that, though, you can't argue with the fact that Amazon probably provides both IPFS and storage and security for majority of the projects out there. So who better to hold your assets, your digital assets, than somebody like Amazon, especially because digital assets are not much by code. So if anything happens, if anyone can, Amazon can recover them.
That's my thought too. Is like they are the end all be all when it comes to web hosting and all of that. So I think it would make sense. Do I want it to be non-custodial? Yes, of course. But I don't. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see.
Maybe it could be something that you can take off, and then you would have to like sign a checkbox that says you're responsible for the digital asset or something like that. They might incorporate it, but knowing Amazon, they'll just work it into their system.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I'm hopeful as a Web3 native, and I'm sure it's same as you guys. We'd rather have it in our own wallets, but
Yeah.
that might not be the way that they prompt everyone to go.
Put it on my ledger.
Right. Exactly.
Put it on my ledger. I'm gonna jump into our next topic, or one of the projects that we want to cover on about back to school with back to school week. How about that? How about that? So I'll jump right into it. We've talked a lot about it on our Twitter spaces, but we'll talk about it more here and show you some visuals. And I wanted to highlight our partner, Digital World News. They're a partner with our Wyoming initiative. A lot of you may or may not know this. Wanted to give them some credit where credit's due. With them and us together and the University of Wyoming, we've been able to build the Blockchain B program. This is directly highlighting the American Crypto Academy and what we've been working on for the last probably good 6-8 months or so, give or take. And with the University of Wyoming Center for Blockchain and Digital Innovation, being led by Professor Steve Lupian, who we will bring on an AMA with us very, very soon. We had one earlier this week that he couldn't make it. I mean, it's back to school week and it's hectic for everybody, and so that happens. But we will be able to feature Steve Lupian soon enough for everybody and show you what we've done. And with that, coming this fall, just as this little advertising piece says, every Wyoming student will learn the future of finance through blockchains and cryptocurrency, and the curriculum that we at the American Crypto Academy have developed. That's a 11 course, 12 course curriculum that talks about or teaches about everything from what cryptocurrencies and blockchains are to what Bitcoin is and everything that's possible with it. And on that note, I can play you a little preview video and a teaser video. Now, caveat, I don't know if the audio is coming through because I'm trying a new browser. Wait, but
We see it, yeah.
I think I'm in Brave, so we should be good. Let's go. I switched back to Brave for that reason. That's why you saw me earlier log in and out.
This session provides a comprehensive primer into blockchain, what it is, what it means, and how people and projects around the world are using it to drive innovation. Yes, we're going to talk about cryptocurrencies. However, this program starts by giving you a baseline foundational understanding of the underlying technology, which is blockchain.
So that's a little preview of what the B program is about. Like I said, that's a partnership between Digital World News, the American Crypto Academy, and the University of Wyoming, being led by Professor Steve Lupian. And we've put together a curriculum for high school and soon to be college students, community college. That's there's gonna be some updates done there, but specifically for high school students on all of Wyoming, and that's coming up this year. It just started.
Yeah, literally back to school.
That's awesome. I'm so glad that you guys got it in for this school year. That's really exciting to see.
I wanted to share this. It can show like the different modules that this will cover. It starts with history of money and how blockchains came to be, what makes blockchains unique, introduction to blockchains, cryptocurrencies, blockonomics, or also known as tokenomics, blockonomics, and yeah, there you go. That's a different word, even for me. Tokenization and NFTs. We've talked often enough tokenizing real estate, monetizing NFTs, blockchain, and play to earn economy, and how that ties to gaming and immutable media, including music and movies on chain. How the data, each individual. So this is where it makes a big difference. Each individual owns their own assets, and then of course safety protocols, because we're eliminating middlemen. We have to take control of safety as well. And so again, and it finishes. Wait. So this is a little outdated. This post came out long before the curriculum was actually finished, but we do finish with AI, and so AI is part of this curriculum, and so it makes it really exciting how it completes the circle and brings blockchains, cryptocurrency, AI all together and educates the youth.
Mm-hmm.
And I just realized that I've been talking that whole time and I didn't click this button to show
I was wondering.
the different modules that I was just talking about. F-Dog, it's your job to call me out. Let's go.
I'm sorry.
Keep me on my
I thought
toes.
you were still
Keep me
looking
on
for
my
the page,
toes.
but I guess that
Keep
makes
me on
sense.
my toes.
All good, all good. We're excited to really get to share that with everybody. I know that you guys have worked long and hard on this project, and finally getting it into some students' hands is very exciting.
Yeah, it took a while. There was a lot that went into it, but yeah, the B program is going to be it's going to be a great experience for anybody who takes it, and then not just for Wyoming, but for future schools and academic institutions that come on board. Yeah, it's a great platform just to learn the basics of blockchain and just related aspects too, NFTs, AI, future tech, all of that. Yeah, it was a lot of fun to put together. It was a good time.
Yeah, and Kenton was a big part of finishing all of that up and helping with a lot of the content and a lot of the scripts and the teacher guides and the scripts and
Lots of scripts. The script stuff was that was so much. It worked out though. I'm happy it all came together.
So I'm trying to. Here it is. So I can. I'm trying to find this info on the Stampede, but the University of Wyoming Center for Blockchain and Digital Innovation is having a Stampede next week. And our very own Maddie, or the CTO of the American Crypto Academy, is going to be there representing us. So we're excited about that.
Shoot. Stampede.
I did have a thing to show on that, but I can't find it right now. But in any event, yeah, definitely check us out. Give us a follow. Stay tuned. There's a lot more coming. The school year just got started. Back to school week special episode. And we're launching a brand new curriculum in the state of Wyoming with the Wyoming for all high school students. Cheers. Wait.
Cheers.
Oh, there you are. I'm like, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. All right. What else we got going on? 823. If you have not joined yet, !learn to join our giveaway. And we'll try this again in a little bit and have another giveaway to play with. I'm going to do the same right there.
Here we go.
And it's the four of us still. Brittany, thanks for tuning in. Brittany.btc. Let's go. What's the next project we're going to feature on education, back to school?
Looks like we have some Ed 3 DAO.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find this window, and there you go. And so this is a project that's been quite interesting that I've been watching for a long time, ever since the beginning of the American Crypto Academy. And we are mutually well aware of each other. This is Ed 3 DAO. Ed 3 DAO is focused on really bringing Web3 and education together. They're not competing in any particular way. They're doing all they can in a very decentralized way to organize educators and bring them together via Web3 and the internet and provide education to the masses on any level. And so they offer a lot of opportunities for anybody, any educational organization in the space, such as the American Crypto Academy, where they have grants available. They have very many. Sorry, I'm stuttering here on this, but they have grants available. But they meet weekly. They've been active nonstop during this bear market, where every weekend you can join. They have coffee calls, they have community calls, they have a global push to where they want to bridge education and Web3, because Web3 makes it very accessible for everyone to access anything. As we know, makes it better, faster, cheaper, stronger. Is that part of it? Better, faster, cheaper.
Stronger.
and so here comes education. And so enough about them. I've not trying to hype them up, more so than highlighting the fact that they have everything well in mind. They're not centralized in any way. They're not a for-profit organization per se. And they've over the last year and a half that I've watched them, established themselves, made some good connections to where they have funding to where they can offer these grants up to $50,000 per grant, depending on what solutions you're offering. Obviously, you have to apply. These courses that are put together by the community, and like I said, they're very active and they keep building. And I'm proud of what they've done, and we are part of their community as the American Crypto Academy, and keep looking forward to what else they're going to bring to the table.
Wow.
Very
Thoughts,
cool.
questions,
Another
feedback?
educating group.
Yes.
We're not the only ones.
No, and I mean the space is big enough. Look, there's a lot of demand for education, and not everyone agrees like to do it the same way, and nothing wrong with that. Like, we not only have it in multiple different languages, but we have it in multiple different approaches. And so there's different approaches to teach somebody how to I was trying to come up with a quick American expression of how to do something quick, like how to, I don't know, I guess how to fish. And so like you can use a fish stick, or you can use a branch of a tree with a now I'm making it up as I go, trying to be funny. But like my point is, like, there's plenty for everybody. And I think what's important to remember is with blockchain and cryptocurrency education comes financial literacy education, which is lacking all over the world. I think the powers that may be, for lack of a better word, not to sound too controversial, are trying to limit that education. And so we're here for it. That, with our partnership that's well known with the Metagold Miners Club that want to bring sound money and education, and the Sound Money Academy. There's a lot that we can do collectively. So it is with pleasure that I highlight. I don't find any of these projects competitor in any way, because we're all here for the same reason. It's to empower the individual and educate the public in what's possible with this, and at the same time take advantage of the technology, because that's why it was created to begin with.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think having different approaches to a similar goal is the right way to do it, and having them with a DAO structure allows them to do things that the ACA can't. So that's it's good to cover different bases and offer different solutions for people.
No, we must, and I think I mean, it goes back again. It goes back to the technology. But what I just said is that's what the technology allows for, is for us to make it accessible without having big barriers or blockage or requiring any particular status, and everyone has equal opportunity to participate in the same thing.
Yep. There we
All
go.
you need is an internet connection, so a phone line. And nowadays,
Mhm.
you know, most kids, I bet you guys don't even know what a phone line is.
I had one for a few years. I remember. A
Yeah, we
little
know what it is.
bit.
I'll never forget. I'm gonna cherish those moments when I had a was growing up living with my parents, and I got a second line, so I can hook up my computer to the second line and not have to worry about who needs the phone line or not. And then I can go on local bulletin board systems and download shareware and porn, of course, and all kinds of things. That's when files just started being shared around, and I think that's when viruses made more sense. Like, hey, we can just put this virus in a file and scam people because they think they're downloading a picture, a porn picture, or some shareware game that's free to play or something like that. So speaking of education, be aware of scams out there. The latest is Discord, and Evan, correct me if I'm wrong in any of this, but Discord recently had an update, a major update that allows users to mask links a lot easier, and so you can potentially be clicking on a link that takes you to somewhere else or a different website, even though it looks like it's going to a website you think on. And that's good and bad. You can come with pro and con as to why Discord did that, but for the sake of safety, don't click on any links in Discord. It's a matter of that. Like, unless like it's a Discord server that you know is not hacked and you've been going there and it's a reliable source and they have these links that been posted for months and it's the same post, and like, you got to check all your bases, but don't click on Discord links, especially if they're in a direct message. Nobody from any project will ever direct message you on purpose unless you want something and you're expecting that direct message from them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always the biggest thing is, it's pretty easy. And I know most people that are listening to this are very well aware. It's very easy to impersonate team members on Discord channels. So just be extremely cautious in terms of links. I'm hoping that Discord comes up with a remedy for this so that people can verify the destination of these masked links. But we'll have to wait and see. For now, just play your cards close to your chest and be very careful when clicking links, even if it appears to be from someone that you trust.
Mhm. Yes, safety right now is big, very big. Back to school lessons.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sounds good.
All right. So I lastly want to highlight one more project real quick, and that is blockchain at FIU. And just wanted to highlight it as an example of what clubs at local state universities are doing, like this one at FIU, Florida International University. And so a little bit of background, after interviewing the founder, which is this gentleman right here, where my mouse is pointing, he's the founder, and the lady right next to him is the co-founder. The university as a system, particularly at FIU, obviously, but I can imagine a lot of state universities are similarly. They're very hands off of anything blockchain or NFT related because of lack of regulations and guidance from on the federal level as to what's okay and what's not. And so they're very iffy with regards to liability in any way, and so they're staying as hands off as they can. However, they do support individual clubs that are putting their own effort, and so blockchain and FIU is an example of one of those clubs where it's not officially part of the university, but is a club at the university where the university acknowledges it and says, yes, we see you there, your club, and so forth. And so their primary goal is to onboard more folks, to educate more folks about the possibility of blockchains and what's possible with them, and encourage students and young minds and the youth to further innovate with this technology, because as we know, this technology is nothing new. It's just a different approach to what has already existed for us. And so blockchain at FIU is doing it can. Yeah, that's right. It can. Being FIU is in Miami. It's the primary public university in Miami, and Miami is very blockchain friendly. And it's no secret that the mayor himself has been very pro blockchain. So the club's taking advantage of that. But yeah, they're trying to educate anyone and everyone on what the technology is possible and engage students. And we're trying to collaborate with them on local level with via Crypto Mondays, and see if we can organize some events and potentially do some workshops at the university or at the club or club venue local to the university itself, and help educate some more youth on that. But again, I thought there was a lot of neatness to share what we're doing locally here in Miami with our back to school week initiative and theme.
It's awesome.
Heck yeah.
Blockchain at FIU.
And that's what I got to share about that. Welcome back to school, everybody.
Back to school week.
You ready to get schooled?
Get them learning caps on.
You ready to get schooled?
That's right.
ACA is ready to school everybody with the lead of Jahan. Jahan, shout out. Jahan, Jamali, let's school them all.
He was somewhere. He noticed himself, and he said we had a good-looking actor in the video. So,
yo, there he is. Brief tab. I don't have brief tab. There he is. Yeah, let's cool everybody.
Let's go.
One last game. I don't have sound, but Brittany, Badger, Kenton, and F Dog. Let's go. Who's keeping track of this, by the way? Maybe
you are.
No, Kenton, we're gonna assign you with going back through all the episodes and keep track of this and count us down. You want some busy work?
Yeah, just to figure it all out.
JK. Let's have some fun. See who wins this Grillfish Royale.
Let's go.
Welcome back to school. Get schooled. Who's gonna get schooled first? Kenton, try those. I don't know.
Commands.
Not Grubfish advice, but try those commands. And who's gone? Oh, yeah. You were first again. And there goes Brittany. And it's F Dog and the Badger. F Dog and the Badger. Badger's not gonna touch the keyboard. F Dog's gonna sit there and spin in circles. He's not trying to graduate. He's just trying to spin in circles and then bounce around all over the walls. Who's going to be the winner this time around? I won last time without touching the keyboard. F-Dog thinks he's got schooled and he knows what's up. Are you going to be schooled? Where did that knife come out of? Where did that knife come out?
That was wild.
Let's go.
And F-Dog showed us all that he is schooled and he knows what's up.
That's
and
right.
he wins. I'll get you some pepper token on wax, F Dog. Let's
Oh,
go. Let's go.
Thank you. Thank you.
I guess no audio, huh? So it's not as fun keeping this on.
All
No
good.
audio. Was there audio?
I didn't hear anything.
I didn't
Oh,
hear
no
anything.
audio. Oh, because because Grillfish is in one browser and the stream's in another, and I'm not sure how that worked earlier, and so we'll troubleshoot it next time. But good game, good game.
Good game.
Welcome back to school, everybody. Happy
Back
early
to
September.
weeks. Let's go. Let's go.
Happy early September. Hey, F Dog, you finished school recently, no?
It was a little while ago, but yeah.
Are
What's
you ready to go back?
I'm ready to go back. I'm ready to get going.
Oh shit.
I low-key miss school. I miss having that. But
Kenton, you ready to go back to school?
No, never. We're not going back. We'll go back for ACA, but that's it.
On that note, like I've had a lot of anxiety prepping up to back to school. Back to school, we're going back to school, we're going back to school. I'm like, no, I don't wanna. That's been my anxiety. It's like I don't want to go back to school. By the way, this isn't a plug, and this show's not sponsored, but there's a reason. This is some alpha as to why I'm wearing the shirt. Again, you may have noticed I wore it last episode last week, and so stay tuned for more. Like ACA has always been a global brand and initiative, so yeah. Check out the Bitcoin Association of El Salvador, and that's all I'll say. And we'll end it on that note. Any last final thoughts for everybody, Kenton?
No, just happy times back to school, everybody. Be safe this year, and we'll be here. Stay educated. We'll keep bringing you news and information.
all right.
Any closing thoughts, F Dog?
No, just stay tuned. I mean, I think we all know this here, but this Wyoming Bee project is just the first of many. ACA is working on lots of cool things for this school year, so stay tuned for everything. Join our Twitter Spaces every morning, Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern, for any cool updates that we have on the markets, any things we're working on, all that fun stuff. Be sure to join us.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, good luck with everyone that just started a new year. I have a nephew that's finishing last year in college. I have a nephew, a nephew that started college, and a cousin that started college, and a nephew that's finishing high school. So good luck to everyone out there. Welcome back to school. Stay tuned with ACA. We have a lot more coming in. Wyoming is not the only state and university we've been talking to. There's a lot more in development. So don't, we're here. We're building for the community. We're building together. So join us. Join us. We'll welcome everyone. And on that note, I bid everyone a great and farewell Wednesday evening. And we'll see you next week.
See you guys.
See you, everybody.